Hello, Moni Castaneda here, and I would like to tell you today about my program called Time to Declutter. This is a great time to declutter because it is the spring in the Northern Hemisphere, and that is an excellent time to declutter. All of nature is helping you do this. And if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the beginning of fall, and that's also a great time to declutter. So whether you live in the Northern Hemisphere or the Southern Hemisphere, it is a great time to declutter. This is my Buddha board. You write on it with water. Let me show you. You just take a brush with water and you just draw on it as if it was ink. Isn't that something? So I drew a heart here because my decluttering program, which is based on feng shui principles, on ancient feng shui principles, is a program that works on the heart. And the program includes a video course that is called Declutter from the Heart, and this video course actually teaches you how to make the internal transformation that you need to make so that you will want to declutter. You know, some people, they start a decluttering program because they just want to declutter, but they're not there yet. And so this program takes them through steps. You know, it's a step-by-step program, 9 steps to declutter. And as they go through this program, they make the changes in their mind and in their hearts that they need to make in order to declutter effectively for good. And so if you want to know more about this program, please comment underneath this video and write tell me I want to know more about decluttering, or I want to declutter, or it's time to declutter, and I will send you the link to these webinars that I'm doing. I'm doing 5 mini webinars on the subject of decluttering, and I am putting them online. We have done 2 so far and 3 are still to come. And so right now I can send you the links to the replays of the 2 that we have done already, and the link to the page where you can sign up, register for the future webinars. So my decluttering program is so effective because it is based on ancient feng shui knowledge, but also on my experience of over 20 years as a feng shui consultant, teacher, and author. And so I have seen what works, I have seen what doesn't work, and I have put together this program with what works, right? And so a lot of people, they get really excited about decluttering, but they very quickly stop doing it because things get in the way, they find other things to do, or they just get overwhelmed. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with clutter because one of the things you need to know about clutter is how I define clutter is decisions delayed. You did not make decisions about these particular objects when you needed to make these decisions, and now you have all these accumulated indecisions in your garage, in your basement, in your attic, or in the junk room. And so you go into these places, like you go into the garage, and there's hundreds or maybe thousands of items that now you have to make a decision on them. And it's not so easy, right? It makes you tired, it's overwhelming. And so until you learn how to make decisions for categories or batches of items, you're not going to be able to declutter effectively. In order to declutter effectively, you really need to have pre-made decisions by categories of objects. You know, for example, let's talk about paper. For most people in the United States especially, their biggest challenge with clutter is paper. And so you need to have methods, you need to have systems. How does the paper come into your house? Does it come in through the mailbox? Do you bring it home from work? Do you bring it home from other places you go to? How does paper get into your house? You get it out of your bag and set it somewhere. And so you need to think about how you're going to reduce the amount of paper coming into the house for starters, right? And then you need to have methods or pre-decisions or pre-made decisions on how you're going to handle these papers once they come into the home. What are you going to do with junk mail? What are you going to do with the envelopes the junk mail came in? The legitimate mail that you get, how are you going to address that? How are you going to use that? Is these things that you can just recycle right away? Are they things that require you to take some action? Or are these things that you would need to defer and make a decision later? Are these bills you need to pay in a certain date? And so And then you need to pre-decide what are you going to do with these papers once they have gone through your home, and once you have done with those papers what you needed to do. And so until you learn to make decisions in batches, you are not going to be able to declutter effectively for good. This is super, super important decisions. So if you just started watching this video, if you write time to declutter, I want to declutter, or just make any comment under this video, I will send you the link so you can watch the 2 mini webinars that I have done on the subject of decluttering, 3 webinars, and also the links to where you can register to watch the 3 upcoming webinars on decluttering that I'm going to be doing in the next 3 Thursdays. And so you need to make these decisions about every single item in your home. Your one decision may be, about papers, a set of decisions you make about papers, so that papers don't accumulate. And then the papers you decide to keep, you need to make a decision of where are you going to put those papers? How are you going to put them away so you can find them later on? What kinds of papers do you need to keep? What kind do you need to let go? And so it's not a matter of saying, does this give me joy, right? Because there's this very popular book, it's a bestseller, and everybody's talking about, I just pick up every single item and I say, well, does this give me joy? Well, do glasses give me joy? Not really. And should I let go of this? No, I need them, right? And so it's there's many more decisions that you have to make about objects, not just does this give me joy or not. And then you can't be picking up, you can't go to your garage and start picking up one object at a time. That's what people do, and that's why they can't get ahead. They go to their garage and they start picking things up. This hammer, these shoes, this table. What should I do with this? And they try to make decisions just about one item at a time, and that's not going to work. That just doesn't work. So what you need to do is learn to make these decisions in batches. Decision making is critical to effective decluttering. If you do not learn how to make effective decisions in batches, your home is never going to be organized. So part of what my program does is to teach you that. So just put any comment below this video, and I will send you the links to the webinars that I have already recorded live, and a link to register for the 3 upcoming webinars so you can learn a lot more about yourself, about how to keep your home decluttered and organized. And so now my next video, this video is talking about decisions. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking about another aspect of decluttering, another principle of decluttering, which is memory. People, you can never organize your home unless you know how your memory works. Once you know how your memory works and how you classify information in your own mind, then you're going to know what kinds of tools and organizers are going to work in your home. For some people, shelves work great. For other people, cubbies work great. For other people, boxes work great. But how they work, or whether they're going to work for you or not, that all depends on your memory type. So in my next video, I'm going to talk to you about memory types. Bye.